like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, my boy Rob gave me this little shiner right now.
I know. Well, even a homeboy had one. Is that from today?
Maybe.
Probably. I didn't really land much on him.
Yeah, I didn't get to go with him. I was going more like with everybody else, but fucking yeah, dude.
I was nervous going against him because I've only heard stories of how he fought, so I was like,
yeah.
I don't want to end up like this.
Honestly, it all depends on like how you go in. Yeah. Like as long as you're not going super crazy, he's not gonna fuck you. Yeah, like Vontae. Like Vontae has power or speed, you know, but like when he hits you feel it, so you have to be, you kind of like are like, okay, let me fucking
snaps.
Yeah, let me respond, you know.
But Vontae doesn't like when you land on him. Because he'll turn up on you.
But I mean, I don't like when people land on me either. But I mean,
and we are live. Here we go, man, gentlemen. How's it going, everybody? It's Spider here, the Fight Card Podcast. Of course, we are in the studio this morning, being joined by two guys out of the HOJ Academy. Of course, here. You know, thank you guys for crossing the hallway to get over here, man.
Of course. It was a long journey.
Yeah,
long journey, but we're here.
You got the GPS. We're like, where's this place at?
Turn left at the light switch.
Man, I mean, of course, you guys had a morning training. I mean, it is, I guess, considered the MMA training. It's pretty much where everybody has a fight coming up, or, you know, like David just trying to, stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But, man, I mean, you do have a fight coming up, though.
Yeah, I have a fight October 23rd.
Champ shit.
Yeah, going for the heavyweight title for Fury.
You see, and, of course, there's a couple more teammates that are on that card, man, and I mean, one of the things, and this is me being biased only probably because I see you guys training, and I know you guys train hard, man. So, of course, you know, for somebody to get a win over one of you guys, I know they have to have been training twice as hard, bro, because you guys go through hell and back. But this fight, man, I mean, it is going to be your first title fight.
Oh, yeah.
And excited, anxious, nervous?
I'm very excited. It's a long journey, but I'm finally glad I'm here, and I'm ready to show what I got.
And of course, man, I mean, with something like that, I gotta ask you, bro. I mean, did you already make room in your wall for your belt, bro?
Yeah, I mean, shit. I was actually cleaning before I got here. That's why I was late. I was just polishing everything and making sure everything was perfect.
Move everything out of the way.
Had everything leveled. I had a little stud right there. Put on myself, it beeped, and I was like, oh, hell yeah.
You have to move your baby picture from 6 Wax over.
I know. I was like, shit.
Put her over here. Man, but of course, I mean, Rob, man, I mean, this fight, you know, this is I mean, it's kind of, I guess, it's well deserved for one thing. I mean, you've been going through the competition, man. You've been staying busy. I mean, you fought a couple of tough dudes, man, and, you know, prevailed, stayed on top. I mean, you got the win. And, I mean, man, what have you changed, or have you worked on something different? I mean, not to give away your game plan, but, I mean, have you worked on something else other than, like, what you've been doing before?
I've been working a lot with wrestling. Like, the first two fights, it only shows that I'm just a striker.
Right.
And I want to show that I'm more than that. And I mean, the most exciting thing about it is like with my two fights, it's I think I have like a total of like 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and this dude 25 seconds first fight, and then the second fight was like a minute and like 10. It was like fuck.
So I'm excited because it doesn't show my opponents much film on me, but my opponent,
which is good. Good, but it's also like I guess bad because like even for me like when I fight and I don't get to show like most of the game plan that I want and stuff, it's kind of like fuck. Like I wish I had more of the opportunity, but it's still, like I said, it's still good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I for sure want to get tested.
It's more of a surprise for your next guy.
I mean, one of the things, and I will say this because people do like, oh man, this guy. I mean, not necessarily you guys, but just in general to the sport, saying like, man, this guy's only fought like 30 seconds, like he's not that good. But that's not your fault. I mean, you're going to get a win, so you know, if you go in there and take care of business, and there's nothing against you, of course, you know, but it does happen, man. I mean, you get those, quick finishes, but I mean, cardio, of course, you guys are pushing cardio here all the time, so I mean, that's not going to be a question, right?
Shit, and we just got that assault bike. Yeah, we just got that assault bike upstairs, man.
I can't wait to play with that toy.
I didn't see that, man. They already have it up there?
Yeah, they got it upstairs. I went on it the other day, and that's one hell of a bike ride.
When you get up,
I was on the scenic route.
When you get up to take a photo and send it to me, I don't think I'll make it up the stairs, bro. That's a little too much cardio for me, man. Yeah. But just post a photo and we'll go through it, man. But man, I mean, of course, here at the HOJ training facility, man. I mean, you guys push the pace every time. I mean, there's no just like in fighting, there's nothing personal. I mean, you guys push each other in the gym, so when you're out there, I mean, you just go out there and unleash, right? I mean, you put yourself to the test, but I mean, your fights, I mean, man, like we said, I mean, you've been taking care of business quick, bro. So I mean,
Robbie.
It's a good thing, like like David was saying, man. And of course, in the long run, if somebody does test you and take it to round 2, round 3, then I mean, this is going to be 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's going to be 5 rounds.
You see, and that's interesting, man.
Oh yeah.
Now of course, you're going to be testing that new bike upstairs, man. So of course, you're going to be adding that to your training curriculum.
Oh yeah.
But let me ask you, man, because of course, I mean, like I said, I've been here when you guys train, and I mean, just watching you guys is like freaking exhausting, dude. Because like I said, I mean, you guys work hard, man. I mean, the weather change, it's not as hot, so of course, I mean, do you prefer it when it's hot as hell, dude? I mean, knowing that you're sweating and breaking the sweat a lot faster.
Yeah, it's like what we always do is like we always go hot, and like if it's like wintertime, Professor puts like the heater on for like 90 and like locks it all in, man. And so it just gets us ready for the like, so we don't like burn out like at the fight, and like it's just like a breeze. It's a breeze when we go in. Like the last fight, I was freezing my ass off. It was like end of May, and I was like fucking shivering like crazy.
Like, where's that hot coffee, man?
Because like most of the places we're gonna be fighting is gonna have AC. There's gonna be like fans blowing and everything.
The luxuries.
Well ventilated.
The luxuries, well ventilated.
How dare they, right?
I know.
Should have it out in the barn or something, dude.
Bro, no insulation, nothing, man.
No, for sure, man. And I know there's a thing that the Coach David and Jacob, of course, man, they do a shakeout. I mean, for those watching this and reading this, I mean, if they're fighting, I'm sure they do it. But is it the same for you guys? I mean, do you guys get worked up early, like in the fight, or how do you guys go about doing that?
Yeah.
So my last fight, my shakeup was actually crazy. It was it was on what, Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. Yeah, because we had Sunday sparring.
Yeah.
Or Sunday practice, because Saturday, I forgot what happened, but
we had a grappling industries.
Yeah, we had a grappling industries thing going on, so we had a whole bunch of people out there competing, so the gym was closed. Sunday we came in, and that was also the day of my fight. So I ended up having like a full hour-and-a-half practice the day of my fight, and then went out there and then performed or whatever. But like even that alone got me like ready to go. Like I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll rest a couple hours and then go ahead and go in.
You see, and something like that, man, because of course, you don't want to do it too early, but at the same time, you don't want to do too late, right? I mean, is there a reason behind that? Let me ask you.
It's just get our blood pumping, and
I feel, and then also like it helps that fight was here in town.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we could actually just work game plan here rather than over there. Over there, it was more of like, okay, just warm your body up, 1-2, 1-2s,
right.
Get your legs going, get your grappling up. That's it. Here, it was all game plan and getting detailed in the game plan here, because you know when you're trying to run game plan backstage over there, people are watching, you know, this and that, and it's not, you don't really want to show or let everything out there, you know what I mean?
Before my first fight, we at the hotel, we like had to talk to the front clerk, and they were like, hey, can we rent out the conference room just for like an hour? And that's what we did. We moved all the tables and to the side, and we were just like working game plan in the conference room. It was crazy. I was, especially being my first fight, I was like, damn, this is how it's gonna be.
You're like
some crazy shit.
All secretive. You're like, don't look. No, but it's true though, man. Because a lot of times, a lot of venues, when you go, when you go fight, I mean, everybody's in a big room, so everybody can see. Not every place you're gonna go to has your own room, and you know, I mean, this title fight is are you on the main how's it gonna work? Because this is the amateur contender series. Right? Mm-hmm. So how does that work? Are you the main event for?
Yeah, I think I'm the last card for the or last fight for the amateur card, because there's professional fights after that. So.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
I think it's like amateur cards are on Facebook, but I think the title fights might be shown on Fight Pass. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100%. That would be cool. But I think the whole event is streaming live on Facebook regardless.
No,
Facebook
because normally
Facebook and YouTube,
Yeah, because the prelim normally was Fury. They did put them on their Facebook page, and it's true, man. But I mean, that'd be pretty dope if they did, man. I mean, it is UFC Fight Pass. I mean, I don't know. It's a long shot because I know mostly it's the pro fights and stuff that they go on there, but it'd be good though, man. I mean, of course. I mean, this fight coming up, man. I mean, you have your teammates. I mean, who's any sponsors? Anybody helping you for this fight?
Just a Southtown Fight Club, and I believe I have the fight card on my shorts as well.
Oh yeah, always. Man, but I mean, training, man. I mean, of course, you got different bodies. I mean, I know you guys added a couple of more coaches, a lot more teammates, man. So I mean, that's good because you get to mix it up with different people. You know, I mean, who would you say right now is the toughest, your toughest teammate, man? Who's the one that's pushing you a lot more?
Shit.
I mean, I'm sure everybody has, but it's just, is there one person you're like, man, I gotta mix it up with this dude?
I would say Dorian, man. Dorian goes hard.
Dorian is a beast. Yeah, he's one of my toughest. He's one of my toughest like partners. Where I'm just like all right, I gotta like mentally prepare. I'm going with Dorian this next round. Like fuck, like
yeah. He's on this card also.
He is.
Man, how many of you guys are on there?
So
I think there's
me and Alex
5 or
for
6.
The title, and then Louis, Hamza, Dorian, and I think Yusuf.
Damn.
We have a good amount.
We have a good amount. There's gonna be a whole lot of House of Jiu-Jitsu representatives over there.
No, you see, and for a while, and even now, bro. I mean, every promotion that's been out there, you guys have had a teammate in there, man. So you guys are definitely staying active. You know, the fact that more amateur promotions are popping up. I mean, that's always good. You know, when the time comes and you guys are ready to go pro, man. I mean, of course, I mean, are you guys? Not to rush it, but I mean, are you guys looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, of course. Like it's like in my dreams, bro. Like I like one day I know I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be a pro, and it's gonna be a weird feeling because it's like like damn.
You think it's gonna feel kind of like, man, I gotta go to work?
It
like
not in a bad way, but it already kind of feels like that in a way.
Yeah.
Like like honestly, this feels more of my job than my job. Like my job feels more of something just to pass the time, and then I come here and I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm locked in. This is where I'm at. Like that's just how I've been feeling recently. And then like it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Bro, and I mean, I gotta ask you, man. I mean, as far as I mean, this fight is gonna be in the heavyweight division, and I know Fuentes, man. I mean, the last time, I'm sorry, David. Well, the last time you fought, man, it was in the light heavyweight. And my question is, man, I mean, you guys coming in here in the heavyweight and light heavyweight division, man, why do I still look like the fat one, bro? What's going on? What's going on, man? No, man, but I mean, of course, man, I mean, the fact that you guys can move around as much as you do and as well as you do and with that weight, bro, I mean, that's scary, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Because you see heavyweights out there that, yeah, bro, I mean, I see it and I'm like, damn, because, and I mean, it's got to be conditioning, of course. You got to be an athlete because, I mean, yeah, just because, everybody has this myth or this, superstition where muscles make you a good fighter, man. And it's like not
like, hey, but this dude, because you hear it too. Like even when you're, and I've been guilty of it too. Don't get me wrong. Like you hear it when you're out in the fights, like where like you look at the two fighters going into the cage, you're like, that guy looks like he's gonna win, versus this guy, and then the other guy gets starched, and it's like, oh shit, like, oh my bad, never mind.
You see, man, and I always, I mean, especially if I know the fighter, if I know backgrounds, I'm like, okay, this guy gasses out quick, man, because he's got a lot of muscle. The more oxygen, of course, people know. Yeah. So it's just conditioning, of course, is always a factor. In your fights, man, I mean, both you guys, has conditioning ever been a factor? I mean, not you, because you finished quick.
Well, my last fight at heavyweight, it went on 3 rounds, and I still felt like I can probably go like a couple more. If I needed to, I would have gone 2 more rounds, but I was still like feeling good in the fight and everything. And then even this last fight at 205, even though it did end in the first round, it didn't even feel like I was breaking a sweat yet. It was more like the cardio was higher for sure, because of the weight cut. Or the weight drop,
No, definitely. You see, and that's one of the things, man, because as you drop weight, and I've always asked you guys, so I know I've asked them before, I mean, do you feel like you lose your strength or you lose your, because, I mean, you make up with it in conditioning, I'm sure, but that's always my question, man. But I mean, man, since I've seen you the last time, I mean, you do look leaner. So I mean, of course, have you been changing something? I mean, your diet or what's going on, bro?
Professor has me on like a pretty good diet, which is like high protein and like a pretty good amount of fat, but the main thing is just like no sodium, no salt, but carbs only on lunchtime. So it's really cut a lot of fat off of me like crazy. I feel a lot better. Not only like I feel like faster, I feel like I still have my strength.
Man, you see, and something like that, because of course, I mean, what are you walking around at right now?
275 right now.
You see, you don't even look it, man. No, you see, that's amazing, man, because I mean, obviously, for those out there watching and listening, I mean, when you lose fat, you gain muscle. I mean, muscle weighs more than fat, so a lot of times you're like, oh, I'm not losing weight, but you're gaining muscle. So that must be it, man. Because yeah, I mean, you definitely look good, man. You look ready. I mean, this fight. I mean, it is a title bout, so of course you're not taking it lightly.
Oh no.
And I mean, you've been at it already, man, for a bit. I mean, I'm sure your friends, family, I mean, those watching you, I mean, obviously they're supporting what you do. But do you still get that one family member that's like, man, you shouldn't be doing that, or is everybody just like a fan?
Well, I've had a couple family members like kind of. I wouldn't necessarily doubt me, but they question me sometimes because before I did MMA, I was doing semi-pro football.
Yeah.
But I quit because I didn't like. I don't know. I lost the love for it. Like, I love the sport, but I lost the passion.
Yeah.
And I don't want to tell that to my family, so I was just like, I'm getting injured way too much, and I don't want to play because.
I'll edit that part out of this.
Yeah. but that was never the case. Yeah. And then like I go into MMA and they're like, you get knocked out, you can break bones, you get choked out. There's more injuries. I was like, yeah, but I can't.
It's not football.
Yeah, it's not football.
Yeah, man. You see, and what do you think that was, man? I mean, was it something you were just like? I mean, obviously you enjoyed it when you started playing, but I mean, throughout the years, what was it that kind of like was lackluster?
I don't want to sound like a has-been, but like just with like towards the end of like high school, just with the whole like coaching situation, because within our like 2 years we had like 3 different coaching staffs.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of messed with all of our heads, and like the ones that we thought we were like, yeah, I was gonna go to college for football and like probably NFL and have that dream, it just kind of like died down. And I took a year off and then went to semi-pro to think I can do it again, but it was never there. I could never grasp onto it.
No, and I'm sure it happens, man. Because even I mean, one of the things, and for me, I mean, of course, when I first started training in MMA and jiu-jitsu, man, I mean, towards like the end of it, I mean, it was a lot of stuff that was going on in life, but one of them was just like it was repetitive. I mean, I was cross training and I was going outside the city to train, but it was just it kind of got, I don't want to say it got boring, but it's just like, man, I wish I would have like tweaked it up a bit and done something else, and then at least added to it or just something else and then come back to it. It's just, for me, it died. I mean, the fact that I'm doing this, I'm definitely blessed because I get to see other people doing it, man. I mean, of course, this fight's coming up. I mean, I know both you guys compete in mixed martial arts. Are there grappling tournaments that you're going to be doing this new year?
See, I want to get into a grappling tournament. I feel like I can do something in the blue belt division. That'd be cool. I know Naga's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Right, Naga's coming up. That was something I was trying to eye. But I don't know about like the weight cuts or anything like that. Like, what I gotta do exactly to get in.
No, for sure, man. Because I mean, it's not gonna be the same as fighting, where you gotta get all worked up and be like, hey, man. No, but I mean, obviously, man, because of course both you guys are ranked as a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, training with the gi, without. I mean, of course, through the years. I mean, of course, you want to put those, test yourself and jump in there with the gi. How would you feel about that combat jiu-jitsu tournament that they got going on?
Oh yeah, that's right. They do that combat jiu-jitsu. That would be pretty cool to experiment with that, because it'll help. It'll definitely help out with like the controlling aspect in MMA and like different angles you can hit people with. You know what I mean?
You see, and of course, I mean, they allow palm strikes and.
Palm strikes.
I mean, those hurt like hell. I mean, let me tell you, man. But I mean, of course, I mean, being that you're already competing in MMA, I mean, I think you would have an upper hand because you already know the distance, how to space yourself, keep yourself close, and all that good stuff. But that was my other question, bro. I mean, of course, and not. I mean, jiu-jitsu itself is great. I mean, I know self-defense. I mean, of course, I know people can defend themselves and finish fights. No doubt. But I mean, when it comes to crossing over or actually saying, okay, you know what, I'm gonna start doing MMA. Those things change because I mean now you can't be in a certain spot in the guard because the guy can reach you and you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, because of that, you think it would help your jiu-jitsu game a lot more?
I think because like you said, because of the distancing, like finding out which like from this angle can I stay safe but also work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's completely different once you're in like an MMA like half guard. You know what I mean? Like somebody's on half guard, they just start posturing up.
Right there, and that's the thing. And the reason I'm asking is because even over the years, man, I've been to plenty of gyms. Just watching others train or just covering events or seminars. But I've seen that like where jiu-jitsu guys do crossover and they're getting popped, and the guys like, man, you can't do that. Not in MMA because they're in half guard thinking, okay, and they're just getting clocked, and it's just like, okay, you know what, you gotta change your BJJ game to MMA, basically, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the biggest like example for that is when Gary Tonin went to 1, and then his first MMA fight got starched.
Yeah,
he just kept trying to like. Was it like Imanari rolls and shit? And
because he's just right there, man. It's just like, I mean, they always say, especially in MMA, going for an ankle lock or a knee bar is always risky, because if the other guy defends and
get your back,
he just gets you. It's like, dude, it's over. But yeah, man. I mean, of course, I mean, you know, like I mentioned earlier, man, the sport of MMA has been booming. I mean, especially here in Texas, bro. I mean, I'm excited. A lot more promotions popping up. You know, Austin's got one. I know. Fort Worth should be having one soon. There's one in Houston that I believe is a pro only. But one of the things I like with that one, man, and I will say this, it's a hybrid promotion. So they do boxing and MMA. Now, would boxing be something that you guys would be interested in, just to kind of, in between fights, maybe stay busy, or maybe even, shit, you might like it and pursue it, man. You never know. But
yeah, I actually thought about, because, I don't know, I feel like I'll still do a few MMA fights, like before I go pro. I want to get a little bit more experience, like in certain things. Like I want to do, like I said, I want to do some grappling tournaments. I want to, like boxing. If I could do some Muay Thai, that'd be tight. You know what I mean? Like if I could just go to
they got
Muay Thai kickboxing
too,
match,
man.
that'd be cool.
That might be.
I know they got some coming up in November, right?
Yeah.
I think from Ohana, what's his name? Jake and homeboy, what's his name? Christian, there you go. Yeah, both of them got fights over there.
No, you see, and that's, like I said, I mean, just combat sports in general, it's freaking growing, and it's just, there's a lot of opportunities for you guys. But yeah, man, I mean, of course, you know, mixed martial arts, man, I mean, everybody loves it when it comes to it's entertaining, you know.
Yeah.
Even now, I mean, is there one fighter out there that, like, or even now, I mean, or anybody, but I mean, if you see a UFC fighter, is there one fighter out there that you get fanboy about, and you'd be like, oh crap, like, you know what, somebody you look up to, you want to meet? Because I probably met them all, but you know, that's besides the point, man.
I like if I saw like Khalil Roundtree.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. You see that would be. I mean, I'll play it up like I don't know. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I wouldn't give him. No, but yeah.
He's like, you want a picture?
You want to get my podcast out, man? Gotta get on
turn
the
around
list.
the corner, he's like, oh yes.
Right? Man. No, but I mean, is there somebody for you, bro? Like, is there somebody out there?
Yeah, Sarl Gone.
God,
yeah, that's a good one.
You see that? What you see, and like, man, I have been to promotions. I mean, I've covered so many over the years where, like, Overeem was in Houston one time in a hotel. He was just chilling. I'm like, hey, man, and shook his hand, and I'm like, damn, you know. But everybody, it's kind of, it's like one of those things where it's like you don't bother people. Like, I'll greet them and shake their hand, and I'll leave them alone, you know, just because they got other stuff going on, you know. But I've met a lot of great people, man, and a lot of good fighters. And I mean, some being up top, and they were champions, you know, UFC champions, and it's cool to be able to experience that, because it's like a lot of people don't change, man. They're just like, dude, I just, you know, I want to keep fighting. I'm the best at this weight division, but they're down to earth, and you know, I mean, something like that. I mean, of course, you know, you guys pursue it. You guys go to the top, the big show. Mm-hmm. I mean, I probably won't see you in here no more, so that's for sure. But no, but I mean, of course, I mean, once you pursue that, and say you get up top, man, say you're a title holder in the UFC, and you're like, you know what, man, I mean, more money, you know, of course, I mean, you get sponsors, you get more, but I mean, do you think it would change you? I mean, not just like, oh, like you know, you guys would be jerks or anything, but I mean, how do you think that would change your mentality? I mean, would you think like, okay, now I gotta, like, by that time, I'm sure you'd have to step up your game and your training and everything else, but I mean, how would you feel about something like that, man? I mean, if you're a UFC champion, man, I mean, people trying to, 1,000 people messaging you on Facebook trying to, you know, get your attention, but
I'll probably just get like a social media person.
That
point, I wouldn't even want to like bother being on social media, because it's just a big distraction. You don't, like, obviously you don't want to see the negative comments.
No, you see,
stay away from the comments.
Yeah. Joe Rogan, stay away.
You don't want to be like Mike Perry, man, going out there fighting everybody, bro. No, but it's true, man.
Yeah, because I mean, even the positive comments, you get a bunch of it. It's gonna get to your head, and it's gonna make your head bigger, and then I mean, no disrespect, but it's like the Conor McGregor thing. Like Conor McGregor, he came up from nothing, and he was dominating because he had that hunger. And then once he had all the money and like all these like all the spotlight on him.
Yeah.
He just kind of like deteriorated because he just wanted to focus on getting money instead of like fighting where he originally came from.
Right. Do me a favor, boss. Can you move your mic forward? Just this way a little bit. Like turn it. There you go.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, man. What I was gonna say with that, man, because and a lot of fighters do it. Like, I mean, like for example, the Diaz brothers, man. Like they hate the media because they're like, man, I'm trying to get in the zone. I'm trying to cut weight. And I gotta.
Yeah, it's kind of a distraction too. Yeah. Like when they have people walking around like taking pictures and shit like that.
I know you're trying to. Yeah. And the sauna trying to take it easy. And you got me in there with a camera. Like, what the? How'd you get in here, man? But yeah, man, it's just part of the show, man. And of course, when you get to that level, I mean, some of the things that you guys are gonna have to do. You know, even now, I mean, there's a lot of regional promotions that do that, man. And I'm sure you guys might not like it, but I like it personally because it's like, okay, you know what? It's gonna get you ready for that, for when you do hit the big show and you're like,
all right. Dude, I kind of just like block it out. I try to block it out as much as I can. That's about it. Like, just because it's never like too distracting, but it's like a little bit of a lights
for sure, man.
Stuff, you know, like yeah.
And it's like Rob had said earlier, man. I mean, you get distracted to it to where a lot of fighters. I mean, and I know quite a few of them that they don't even work their pages, man. They're just like, because like you said, you don't want to get in there and have people. Somebody's gonna have something to say, man. You know, and it's just a matter of just like, dude, you know what, whatever, man. But yeah, I mean, it's I've seen it. I'm sure you guys have seen it when they do get on there and respond, and people just freaking egg them, dude. Like it's just like, bro, it's not even worth it, man.
Yeah, it's just wasting time out of the day.
They create that Kevin Durant account on the side and just start attacking people.
You're like, you know what? I'll get a rotary phone and just call me at home. Like,
oh no, just get a flip phone, man.
No, but bro, I mean, of course, I mean, social media, man. I mean, of course, you know, you guys are on Instagram, on Facebook. Yeah. I mean, does it get old after a while, man? Are you kind of like, oh man, like, you know, what am I gonna post today?
Yeah.
Like I just want to, like, when I do go and I post stuff, it's really just the gym stuff and my progress or anything that like I'm tagged in as far as like with the gym and professor tagging me and my teammates tagging me. Right. But I don't go far into it because I'm not like that. If you know me in real life, I'm not that sociable. Like I do my thing and
get in, get out.
Yeah, and I think it's just what transfers to like social media. Is just like that's how I am. I want to be I want to be real. Like I don't want to be like something I'm not. Where I'm like, oh yeah, look at this, I'm flashy. I'm look at this, and I'm posting every 2 seconds.
Well, they're like when they meet your boy and they're like, man, you're not really that funny, bro. What's going on, man? I mean, your page is always cracking. They meet you and they're like, man, what's wrong with this dude?
For real, like with me, it's more like it's the same thing. Like whenever anything comes up with the gym, I try to like promote it as much as I can.
For sure, man. I mean, of course.
Just obviously with the podcast, if I see something, I'll go ahead and post it on there too. Just try to support some shit because there's even I got this dude I went to high school with. His name's Noah. He's been doing like his dancing shit for a while, and he's been competing and going to shows. And so like whenever he posts shit, I'll like share his shit.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Obviously, to my sponsor, the clothing brand Now Over Never. Whenever there's something up for them, I'll go ahead, shout them out. You know.
No, you see, and of course, I mean, for networking purposes, of course, it works, man. Right. I mean, because you get the word out there a lot quicker, you know. But yeah, man, like you guys are saying, I mean, of course, you know, I mean, be home, watch TV, and just unwind, you know. I mean, just let somebody else. You can hire me, bro. Just pay me a couple $100, man. I'll take care of your social media for you guys. No, but yeah, man, it's just like I said. I mean, some people love it. Some people, you know, love being on there and freaking showing you know, as far as you know, Mike Perry, I mean, of course, is one of them. And I follow the guy. He's a character. I mean, of course, now he was in Russia like a week ago, like getting in a fight with some dude. And it's just, you know, stay home, bro. Like, damn.
I think I just saw a video of that same Russian dude fighting another guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy's fighting. It's Russia, bro. Like, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't even go over there because, you know, they have
I just seen, what was it? They had like a 1-on-5. It was like a 1-on-5 or a 1-on-3.
Oh yeah,
yes,
something
dude.
like that. I was like, yo, what the hell?
I was gonna say, man, especially in Russia, they got all these different platforms. Like they're in the vehicle, you take off your seatbelt and start fighting, car fighting, and
the phone booth.
Yeah, you seen the one where they're just like back to back, and then you see like, go.
I saw that, and I was like, dude, that was me in the '90s, bro.
I do that thing where it's like 3-on-3-on-3. Mm-hmm. With one cage, you're like, dude. I was like,
yeah, they got 9 people in a fucking 30-foot cage. Like,
yeah, dude, that's just like assault.
For real, it's just like you versus us, jumping everybody. Let's go.
But man, I mean, it's Russia, bro. So that's all I can say. But I mean, of course, I mean, here, I mean, the States. I mean, I know we've got like slap fighting was big for a while. I don't even know what's still going on.
Street beefs.
Street beefs is still going on.
Yeah, you see, and then
they were in San Antonio a couple months ago.
They were, right?
Really? Yeah. Shit. Yeah, bro. You see, and I know I follow him, and I know the promoters on there, man, and I follow him, and I mean, of course, the guy's trying to, get some deals. I know he was talking about promote. So obviously, it's gonna get somewhere, where he wants it, man, and it just everybody has a different outlet, man. I mean, I know there's, some fight, especially like the ones in Russia, bro. Like, I'm not a fan of a lot of them. I'm like, man, you know what? Like, it's just a little too much.
Yeah.
But everybody's got their own taste, their own flavor they want to pursue, and one of the things I was looking forward to was that pillow fighting. But man, those guys hit pretty hard, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't even know now, man. I'm like, you know what?
It's like they started using it like with combination with judo and shit.
Yes, dude.
It's like they're just throwing people now. Like I be seeing people like body slamming people off of like the pillow, hooking their leg and just oh shit.
You see, and by that time I think I'd be looking for like a pillow sponsor. I'd be like, you know what, man? Sponsor me, man.
I'm the best
my
with pillow ever.
Yeah, come on, nectar. My pillow puts me to sleep, man. Freaking every night. But I mean, platforms like that, man. I mean, is there something like that you would want to try? I mean, even of course, later on, even bare knuckle boxing, of course, is up there.
American Ninja Warrior. I do that.
That game bred one, that bare knuckle MMA.
Yeah, bare knuckle
crazy.
Yeah, bro. You see that? Yeah, you see that? That definitely. I don't think I know he's been doing boxing through that promotion.
He does have. He has bare knuckle boxing too, right? Yeah.
So it's just a matter of. I don't know if he's done any more bare knuckle MMA, but yeah, man, that's actually.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that event? I didn't get to see them.
For the game bread?
Yeah, for the game bread.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It was crazy.
I don't know.
A lot of it, a few of them ended quick because of cuts, or just because you're getting, but it's yeah, bro. I mean, I grew up watching Vale Tudo from Brazil, man. Bare knuckle, and it's just like, dude, when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's interesting.
They get paid pretty well.
That shooter box shit.
Especially for a small promotion, they get paid pretty well. It's like $8,000 just to fight, and then $8,000 more to win. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Shit, I'd be getting my $8,000, man.
Shit, yeah.
That's a quick 16 right there if I win, bro.
Oh yeah, you see, and of course, I mean, even like bare knuckle boxing. I mean, I interviewed a couple fighters, some from here in Texas, man, and they're looking to bring it here, BKFC, either in Houston, either in December.
I think there's gonna be a lot of people from San Antonio. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some people from San Antonio. It's like, yeah, let me go ahead and try that bare knuckle stuff, man. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, that's at that new that bar by South Park Mall, bro. That's the other one. They're out in the parking lot. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, it's a different platform. It's different. I mean, even some fighters, they just go on there and they're like, man, I just want to try it. Just to see how it goes and if they like it. And, I mean, I've had a couple of fighters that I've known that fought for years, man. And they try it once and they're like, man, screw that, bro. Like,
what's his name?
It's just not for him,
John Dobson. Is that his name? Yeah, he went from the UFC and he's bare knuckle.
Yeah, he fought in New Mexico, man. He fought our boy here in Texas, dude, and the babyface. And that fight, it was quick.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy, I kind of expected it, dude, and I guess it works in his favor because he's real short, compact. I mean, both guys are short, but it was just like, he was quick.
He's a very explosive dude.
And I mean, that was hella scary, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if he had gotten the contract or if it was a one fight deal, but that'd be interesting to freaking, keep seeing him in there, man. I mean, it was a damn good fight.
Yeah. Did you know that? What's his name? I just saw it this morning. Marias or something like that. He's a featherweight. He's opted out of his UFC contract to fight Shane Burgos in the PFL.
Oh, in the PFL?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's wild.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's pretty interesting.
Damn. I wonder. Cool. I'm gonna look into that. I wonder if
because they did lose Shane Burgos to that contract.
I don't understand that.
That's crazy. They slept on him, bro.
He just came off of a win too.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I was so confused when I saw that.
And a lot of,
but the PFL got him though.
It's probably a money thing. They probably offered him more money.
Well, yeah, true. Well, yeah.
You see, and that's another thing with the PFL or even like Bellator, man. I mean, you can get sponsors. You can put the sponsors on your shorts. And get paid a little bit more.
They do still let you do like sponsors and stuff like that, right?
Cool. Yeah, and then for the most part, I mean, there's there's quite a few fighters out there that I've talked to, and they're like that. They're like, man, I'll go with, if I'm gonna make more money over here, man, I'll fight over here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them because I know when the UFC did pick up and they picked up Reebok, the first time when they first did the whole fighter sponsors, and it killed a lot of companies, man. I mean, there was a MMA Overload in New Braunfels, and them among others, they went under because now people weren't seeing the shirts, you know. Nobody was wearing them, especially like in the UFC or so. Just a lot of companies went under. I mean, they just didn't pursue it anymore. They just went towards like CrossFit or something else. But man, training. I mean, of course. I mean, you guys train in mixed martial arts, training gi, no gi. I know here. I mean, have you guys jumped into the judo, the Russian Sambo class?
Not yet.
I was kind of lacking on it for a minute, and then now I'm just like, damn, I want to fucking, because I've been seeing a lot of like Sambo and judo stuff going around, and it looks very, very useful.
Throw that into your mix.
All you need is what Dorian said. He's like, if you just
Dorian's been trying to convince us.
All you need is a pillow and judo. Break your fall.
Yeah, I've been like kind of like just itching. I'm like, should I do it? I'm like, I get nervous, and I'm like, just last second, I just go to like no-gi.
I'm going. Okay, I'm going upstairs.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like an intimidation thing. I don't know. I mean, the professor has like tattoos all over his head. Like, oh, shit.
No, yeah, bro. You see it, and I know the guy, man, and of course, I mean, he's been doing it for years, man. I mean, when I first met him, we taught. I didn't know. I was like, okay, cool, man. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, they said they're gonna start doing combat sambo, right? Yeah. I got to get into that. They're bringing combat sambo in here.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Maybe check a cool. Seminar or
like a seminar.
Is there
there's a sambo. There's a sambo event that's being held here at House of Jiu-Jitsu. I think it's the weekend that we're gonna be out to the fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's on the 22nd.
No, yeah, that's gonna bring Cameron in here, man.
Hey, that boy Cam.
Yeah.
Killer Cam.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on, sir?
Morning,
You
sunshine.
can get in through here, boss. I just have to move over so you can squeeze in.
Yeah, I'm small.
But I know you were on the bus, so like, you know, your Uber driver got lost. You're like, what's going on?
I said he wants to go heavyweight to fight me.
Yeah, he said he gonna go up there and take the strap, bro.
What's up, bro? You see, man?
I'm on this bulk right now. I'm at 160 right now. So.
You said I'm catching up.
Right, put some coin in your pocket, you'll be good.
Yeah.
But man, of course, man. I mean, I was just chopping it up with the guys as far as their training, man, and you know, they showed up because they knew you weren't gonna be here, so they were like, man, it's gonna be a light day. You weren't gonna be here to push them. But man, I mean, of course, I was asking. I mean, you know, no fight coming up. I mean, of course, you know, my man's got a title fight coming up. Do you have anything coming up?
Tapper Scrap actually offered me a title fight in October, but I didn't like the timing. I was starting school, and it was like 2 days before his title fight and all their fights. Okay. So I was like, I didn't want to do that to Professor.
Yeah, you see, and that's another thing too, man. Because I was saying it earlier, man. You guys compete so much that, I mean, it's happened already. Where, you know, you guys cornered one of your teammates. You know, because coach was a little took a little time off.
Yeah, out in Beeville, we coached me and Vontae. We went out and cornered Jonathan, got him a dub. Came home with that Fight of the Night award. It was cool out there, man.
Easy, man.
You see, and that was as coaches, that was y'all's first win, right? I mean,
that was our first win as coaches. Shit, bro, that shit was crazy. It was a crazy feeling. So now I know, Rob. Listen.
I got you, man. I'll corner you, man. I mean, as fighters, of course, I mean, you guys want to keep doing that. I mean, of course, it's going to happen again where you're going to have to be a second corner man or even, you know, just coach somebody in general.
And it's good to have that, like that understanding, too, because, like, how we did it was, like, hey, Vontae, you focus on just striking. I'm just going to focus on grappling, and that's it. So, like, when he came to the corner, he knew, like, hey, the first 15 seconds is just straight advice.
I never thought of that, but that makes sense, man. That way you get to see what's going on in the ground game, and you're like, hey, man. Like,
one coach is focusing on one thing, the other's focusing on the other, you know.
If somebody asked you, tell them I told you guys that, man. You're gonna get credit. No, but that's actually interesting, because I would have never. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, man. That way you're both not like, man, hit him here or kick him here. It's just like,
and it's not like a whole bunch of information he's getting all at once. Man. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's okay. True, that's actually a first for me, man. But you see, and I mean, is that the way it works here with coach? I mean, when you guys go out there and fight, does somebody kind of
like usually it's like Professor going in, and then the last couple seconds, like 5, 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It'll be Coach David throwing some extra advice on the side. Hey, think about this, think about that.
Of course, you got mom and uncle
on the side. Ale chingazo. You know, like
punch him. I know, I'm trying.
I'm trying to get up.
I'm trying.
And man, I mean, of course, man. I mean, here at the House of Jiu-Jitsu, man. Like I mentioned earlier, bro. I mean, you guys have a great team. I mean, you guys have a lot of guys that different sizes, of course. From what do you fight at 125?
Yes, sir.
You see, and I mean, man, how do you do it with these guys, bro?
They're light work.
No, but I mean, I'm sure you can punch a little bit harder because they'll take it, right? I mean, so it's gotta be good, man.
With Rob, I try to use a lot of movement, and it's very volume intensive. Like, I'll try to throw like 15 punch combos on Rob and like hit his body as hard as possible, like a punching bag. It doesn't do anything, but I try to like give him a good push. I feel like my grappling's good enough to mess with Taco. Rob, I can't lock my hands. It's over. Like, I'm just sitting there like.
Like, whatever.
I was kind of big brother him, put like a hand on his
Yeah, I was just looking. Yeah.
But now when me and Louis fuse, it's over.
They do that Dragon Ball Z fuse. Like,
But I try to give him a good push. I mean, me and Taco always have great rounds, and even with the striking, me and Robbie have great rounds. Always, they always take good care of us.
You see, and let me ask you, Rob. I mean, when it comes down to it, because obviously, I mean, when you're fighting opponents, they're going to be your height or your size, but fighting or training with somebody like Cam, I mean, does that kind of help you like with your speed or kind of being up on your toes?
Yeah, that's what I like about it because like you said, it's volume intense. Yeah. So you work on your cardio, but you're also working on technique, and that way everything just aligns like just right.
No, for sure, man. You see, and I mean, I already mentioned some of the classes that they offer here. Of course, I mean, and I'm gonna plug in, the House of Jiu-Jitsu, man. I mean, there's a lot going on, huge facility. So of course, there's always somewhere to train, man. There's no spot that's always empty. But I mean, it is controlled because upstairs normally you guys just do conditioning, right, and boxing.
Yeah, upstairs would be like usually it's a lot of hands and feet work,
bag work,
footwork, all that up
we
there.
just got the Aerodyne bike.
Yeah, we was just
bro. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe y'all can carry me up there later, bro. I don't know. I don't want to walk up there, man. But
we'll get an escalator, bro. Put it on the other side.
Do the little Yoda thing.
Man. Shit, and of course, man. I mean, when it comes to training, I mean, Rob, you were saying earlier. I mean, you're not dieting. You just kind of change your eating to where it'll benefit, your training and everything else. But I mean, do you have a cheat day? Is there a day that you're like, man, I'm gonna? And if so, let me know, man. I'll go with you, bro.
I got you. Yeah, a couple of days ago, I went to this new sushi spot. It's like a sushi burrito spot off of Redland, 1604.
Oh, damn.
And, man, that was like the best thing I ever had because the only thing I eat is like chicken and beef. And I do bison instead of beef because it digests better for me. So, but that's all I do is just like, I try, instead of just doing like a patty or just like a chicken breast or something, I'll think of something like kind of creative. That way it's not like a boring food.
It's like every day you're like, crap, man. I need to sing.
There's just a tear off going off my face.
And bison, where the hell are you getting bison from, bro?
HEB. Yeah, HEB.
Really?
Yeah. Ground bison. You have to get the HB brand though, because the name brand's like fucking like $12, $13 for it's like a small pack.
I think I'll just buy a bison and breed them, bro.
Yeah.
have them in my backyard. No, but that's actually, I mean, it makes sense, man. Because it is heavy, man. I mean, there's one of the fighters that I know, man. I mean, he's actually went into a plant-based diet where he's just,
plant-based diet. That's interesting.
Yeah, man, because he leaned out a lot, bro. So I mean, I can definitely notice it on him, but I mean, it's like everybody's got their taste, just like with everything else, man. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to drop meat completely. I don't know, maybe, but
No, I couldn't.
I remember going to Warped Tour one time, and I didn't know what PETA was at the time, and so this lady was like, "Hey, you want to like watch this video and support our cause?" And I was like, "All right, whatever." I'm in junior high, or like I think I was a freshman in high school, and I watched this video, and it's like this freaking terrible video of them like torturing pigs and all that stuff. And then she's like, "Now, are you gonna consider going vegan?" And I was like, "Coach told me I gotta beef up for the season." And I was like, "I'm sorry," and I was like, "No,
I need the protein."
Yeah, I'm not going vegan.
that's when she was like, murder.
Yeah, she was trying to yell at me. I'm like, whatever.
Oh, you see, man, and I mean, I saw a protest like that the other day, and it was on social media, bro. But this girl, I guess she was complaining because she went to go protest somewhere, and she ended up getting one of the farmers give her wedgie from hell, man. You know, but you know, she was trespassing. I mean, it was it was just a whole lot of things, man. And I mean, there's, you know, people protest everything, bro. They probably protest this afterwards.
They go to the extreme, dude.
Yeah.
I saw one video. They were like, it was like a chicken or it was like a butcher place, and they hooked their necks up to the fucking chain.
Yeah.
And what they didn't realize is they pressed the button and it started going, and they're like freaking out.
Oh, damn.
So they had they stopped it or whatever and got him out, but no one got killed. But it was just like, you're willing to kill yourself for like a cause. It's not a lot of people are gonna like agree with you on.
No, man. Well, my thing is this, bro, because and it's like something I've told my kids. It's like, you know what? If you have a group of people and everybody's like, oh yeah, we're anti this, and I said, I guarantee you, if you bring up 10 different subjects, that group is gonna disband because they're gonna be, oh no, I'm pro that or I'm against that. So I said, nobody's gonna agree with everything. I mean, the only thing, and one of the things I've told my kids is that I only worry about what I can control. So if I'm at home, that's my environment. I can control what I eat, what I see, you know, what I do, you know. But it's just outside the home. I mean, I don't care. I don't worry about what people say. You know? It's just, you know, there's no point in arguing. Unless it's on social media, of course, I'll complain on that. Right. What do you mean, hey you? I'm like, no, but it's just, it changes, man. And it's just, you know, I mean, that's, you know, I've gotten older. I'm like, dude, I don't care, man. It's just like, you know, do whatever makes you happy and let's get going, man.
Yeah, I do you. I mean, I'm not like that. I'm sorry. I do me, you do you. Pause. Wait, hold on.
Man, where's that OnlyFans? No, but I mean, of course, man. I mean, and that's one of the things. I mean, when it comes to mixed martial arts, man, I mean, there's a big platform. I mean, when you get to the big show and you get a voice and you can actually start, you know, a lot of people don't just because of that, you know, because you bring up politics or you bring up religion or bring up, you know, anything, man. I mean, you're gonna piss off people. So a lot.
I mean, at this point, it's like you can have your opinion on anything, and anybody's gonna get offended. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. It's like, okay, like you just do you, I'm gonna do me. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna like argue with you or anything, you know.
No, they'll try to cancel you for anything. Like, you say you like eating pineapple, and you're like, you're killing pineapple people, and you're like, that makes no sense.
It makes no sense to me. Like, it's good.
Like, fuck. Yeah, that's where SpongeBob lives. What are you doing?
Fuck. Sponge lives matter, bro. Like, fuck.
But man, I mean, as far as eating, bro, I mean, of course, Cam, do you have an eating, like, do you have to diet?
Oh yeah, I have to diet crazy. Well, not crazy. Like, I do it because I work so hard that I can pretty much eat pretty well.
He's not fun on the cut.
Yeah, I'm very mean. Like, cause I mean, I walk around like right now I'm 153.
Oh, okay.
So I cut like a decent amount of weight, but usually I try to get naturally down to 140. So it's a lot of like grilled chicken, constant grilled chicken. Just I make little cuts. Like I'll do like the low sugar orange juice and the low sugar lemonade. Like just little by little, so I don't go like, because if I do all sugar out immediately, I'm gonna go like Shining.
Oh yeah.
And murder everyone.
Not today, man. Not today. No, but I mean, that's one of the things, because I mean, there is a science to it, man. I mean, when it comes to, you know, all these people that set up meal preps, and you know, I mean, they tell you what burns faster, what doesn't. I mean, of course, you talked about the meat bison meat. You know, it is a lot leaner.
You said HEB.
HEB.
Yeah, man. You see, they don't sponsor us yet, but you know,
shout out.
I'll tag you.
HEB.
Get us in a Spurs commercial.
That or if not, we'll go to La Fiesta, man. We'll see. Whoever puts up the most money, man, we'll take it. But yeah, man. I mean, eating, man. I mean, of course, and you were saying, I mean, you gotta, you know, sugar intake, salt intake. I mean, that's a biggie, because of course you retain water. You know, one of the things I've noticed, and everybody does it, of course, when cutting weight, is that you guys drink a lot of water, man, before, just to, I guess, sweat it out.
Yeah, that's the most important part for me is water. Like,
I carry a gourd around and shit.
Yeah, for real. I got mine on me somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, you see, and that's one of the things, man. But I mean, explain to me this. I mean, why the water intake, man? What is it that it does to your body? I mean, because somebody had told me a while back, and they were saying that it actually tricks the body into thinking it's, you know, but I mean, obviously, do you guys know that, or is that they're like, hey, coach?
I know the more muscle you have, the more water you could absorb.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, in theory, the more water in your body, the more you can sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. You know, I mean, I don't really know like how the science works behind it.
The coach is like, drink the water. You're like, yes.
I'm like, okay, go.
I do what he says.
But man, I mean, there's a thing to it because just like with too much of something, I guess, in life, and too much oxygen, you can die. Too much water, you can die. So of course, I mean, you gotta take it easy, right? I mean, like, what do you guys consume in water when it comes to fight week?
So for a while, I go like 2 gallons at least a day, at least 2 gallons.
Yes,
for like a long time. For a long time, but I'm like drinking weeks. Like I'm trying to stay as hydrated as possible, right? The fight week, it just drops down a little bit for water, so the less intake, but like more output. You know what I mean? And then by the time we get to fight day, depending or weigh-ins,
right?
The time we get to weigh-ins, it depends on like how your weight's looking. Like I came in under. So I was able to like still drink some water, you know, stay hydrated and stuff.
If you wake up under, like I like to eat breakfast today.
Yeah, that's how you know you had a good cut. Is like you were able to eat something like the morning of weigh-ins.
Just like an egg, like literally it's nothing, doesn't do anything. It's just the mental thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But man, I mean, how many pounds are you gonna be dropping fight week? Come fight week.
I'm gonna try to just like, for me, I'm trying to naturally just go down to 265. Just I would say like just burn the fat, 10 pounds of fat and hopefully I can be at that by fight week. Because last fight I was at 257. I cut 40 pounds in 3 weeks, and I was off like a strict diet. And it was crazy because like during that week or that weight cut, it was Mother's Day, and we took our mom out to the Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh man, you couldn't eat anything?
Oh no, I was like, I've been on the strict diet. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna eat it. I haven't had sodium.
Yeah. 280.
Oh man, I don't know what I gained, but I know it was so much sodium at once. Yeah. I had like bad diarrhea for like 2 days, and I lost it all back, and then some.
You're like, okay.
I was like, okay, I should do this sometimes.
No, you see, and that's a thing too, man. Especially with sodium, bro, because I mean it's everywhere. I mean, of course, you know, some of the meals.
That's a big one too, the sodium intake.
Bro,
yeah.
Dude, I mean. So yeah, I mean, who's there to remind you guys, man? I mean, when it's fight week, is coach calling you guys like, "Hey, eat this, don't eat that"?
I would say it's fight team dependent. I like to try to stay on everybody for their weight cuts. Me, Louis is pretty on it too. We don't like to miss weight. It's a bad look, you know.
Yeah,
it's not cool. Like
we try to tell each other, hey, where's your weight at? You know, like how you feeling, this and that. You know, trying to make sure everybody's like. Going good with their
most of us have fights, so we know what we're doing for the most part. I mean, we can always go to professor for questions and stuff, but
everybody's also vocal about like, hey, like, what do you, if you have advice for like food or like rest or like some type of advice for the weight cut, because you know we all go through it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And I mean, you know, fight week, man. Like I said, dude, I mean that's gonna be. People always say the weight cut's always the hardest, you know, because I mean you literally.
It's the fight before the fight.
Yeah,
it's the fight before the fight. You gotta
make sure you're mentally strong because you know, not enough sugar, not enough fat, of course, and you start freaking out. Like Cam, man, you start going crazy, you know.
Fucking Tasmanian devil.
Well, it's also not even that. It's just everybody because we have to roll with gloves in jiu-jitsu. I'm the only one on the fight team that does jiu-jitsu every day, so.
You see, man, and
plus Alex, but
yeah. You see, one of the things here, man, that you guys have been using is the ice bath.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, do y'all use it? Do y'all jump under? Like, is this like after training?
It's usually I try to get it in on after Saturday sparring.
Oh, okay.
So once a week after Saturday sparring, and that's after going hard. You know, like getting a good workout in. It's a good reward to the body for like recovery and shit.
And is that like everybody's go-to, man? I mean, I know a few of you guys went to a cryo. What was it? Cryogenic place. What was it called?
That Transcend.
Yeah.
Transcend Spa. Yeah, right here down the street. Yeah, we went over there to do the cold plunge.
Yeah. How was it?
They got the cold plunger there. It's 10 minutes of mental fuck.
It's nice. It was like the escape room. Yeah, going crazy, man.
I mean, after the first like 2 minutes, your body goes numb, so you're kind of coasting, and then by the last like
minute, you're like, fuck. Like,
feel my toes,
well, let's go, man.
I always take a hot shower before, because they have like showers right next to it.
Yeah.
I always take a hot shower so I can just get my body prepared.
I go opposite. I go cold as possible and then just rinse off, and I'm like, all right, whew, my body's already in shock, and then I get in there and I'm like, oh. I'm like, fuck.
Man, you see, and something like that, man, because of course, I mean, with as hard a training as you guys do, I mean, like I said, I've seen you guys out there in the on the mat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rest is just as important, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, when it comes to training, I mean, what days do you guys normally rest?
Sunday.
And that's of course open mat, so nobody shows up, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, for those watching, listening, man, of course, I mean, there's people that they train hard, man, like you guys. I mean, they're out there, but I mean, rest, not just for physically, but mentally.
Mentally,
I mean, you
too.
go home and
Yeah.
you just put music. I mean, what do you guys do on your downtime?
Music. I just listen to music all the time, man. Like that's my thing.
Damn. And you, as far as movies, you guys don't go home. Is there a favorite go-to that you just gotta put on and unwind and like never back down or something? One of those movies, man.
I've been getting into audiobooks.
Audiobooks?
Because I work 12-hour shifts at like in this manufacturing place, and we can't be on our phones. So I'll buy an audiobook because I've read Lone Survivor. I haven't finished it, so I was like, I'm just gonna finish off the audiobook. I did that one day, and then yesterday was
Passes the time.
It does.
Passes the time.
It makes time go by fast.
Yeah.
Because I still use them too, man. But I mean, I got cassettes, bro. So I'm old. But I'll put a cassette on, but I just let it play. But it's like movies or it's books, and I'm like, yeah, there's actually, I mean, soothing because man, I just unwind and go to sleep.
There's something therapeutic about it too.
Yeah, bro, no,
It's like mental, like really, really mental.
Well, you get to rest your eyes, man.
Oh, yeah,
you don't have to be there watching your phone like freaking.
That's
online.
true. That's another one too, because you can stay busy doing something else while listening to that.
Oh yeah, man. And of course you're working, so of course you're out to work.
Yeah,
podcast too. Throw on a podcast. You find a good 2 hour,
Not
3
this
hour
one,
podcast.
it'll put you to sleep, so you want something to pick you up and motivate you. But man, I mean, as far as work, I mean, of course, and I'm not asking where you guys work, but I mean, as far as work, I mean, what do you guys do besides training? I mean, of course, Rob, you were saying you work, 12 hours a day.
Yeah, manufacturing. We do manufacturing O-rings. Taco actually got us onto. He got Vontae into the job, and then after my fight, I got the job there from Vontae.
It was Green Tweed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Green Tweed. Yeah, they do. They manufacture O-rings for like different airplane parts and shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool place actually.
You guys get free airline tickets or not?
Get raffled or something. That'd be crazy.
But man, and as far as not like I know, you told me you were doing deliveries, right?
Yeah, so I work for Amazon. I'm a delivery driver, and it's just constant. Like for me, that kind of is it. Not that it's a physical job, you know what I mean? But like it keeps me like moving. You know, it keeps me going. So I'm just like, all right, cool.
In an office.
Yeah, I'm not sitting down. Yeah, I'm not.
What else going on in the world?
Yeah.
But man, man, what do you do, man?
I currently go to college. I'm studying to become a mechanical engineer, so I'm not working at the moment.
Nice. And I mean, when you're done with school, I mean, what are you gonna be pursuing? I mean, of course, but
fighting all the way. But I am gonna work. Like I'm gonna work, but I'm a fighter.
Competing?
Though. Yeah.
Nice, man. And I know I had asked these two guys earlier, man. I mean, of course, when it comes to going pro and making it to the top, man. I mean, of course, the possibilities are out there. But, I mean, do you think it will change you as a fighter, man? I mean, Rob was saying earlier, like, he'd have somebody else, deal with his social media, just kind of stay away from that. But, I mean, what are some of the things you do like, differently?
If I was pro?
Yeah, like, if you're already, say you're in the UFC and you're title bound and you're like, hey, you know what, like, got 1,000 people asking for interviews and everything else, bro.
I'd like to say I'd probably just, just be the same myself. I mean, I'll talk my shit, of course, a little bit.
Yeah. You got it, man. Hey.
Just a little bit. But, yeah, no, I mean, I'll just be training harder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
I mean, that's the only thing I can really think of, just put more effort into training than I'm already doing, which is crazy to think about.
You see, and let me ask you guys this, man, because the other day we actually, the Dana White Contender Series, man, they had a fighter, 17 years of age, bro. I mean, he turns 18 this month, but technically he's 17. Yeah. And I mean, what do you guys think about that, man?
I think that was pretty cool.
That kid.
He looked well rounded. He stayed composed on the ground and everything.
Yeah,
like
bro.
it was cool. It was crazy. So like he showed that he can do it. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, because I followed him through UWC, man, in Mexico. But I mean, he was
that's right. He had like
amateur.
I was gonna say he had a few fights right in Mexico, and
he was 5-0. I mean, he's undefeated, so he had like 11 fights going in. But I mean, at 17, bro. Like I mean, I know Cam, you're the youngest here, but
I'm only 19.
Yeah, you see, and at 17, I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, were you already training at 17?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, and I mean, were you already like thinking like, man, you know what? I mean, if that would have been you, what would you have done, man? I mean, of course, the opportunity's there, and
I mean, at that point with my 17, I had like a year of training, so I was like, give me like a couple years there.
Yeah.
But if I was at his level, I mean, I couldn't have done it much better than he did. I mean, I think he did great.
Yeah.
That was a solid performance.
No, definitely. I mean, he went in there. He wasn't afraid to. One of the things that I like, man, and it changes. I mean, when in the fight game, because there's times when as a fighter you show up to fight or not to lose, and there's times when people just show up not to. I mean, to win, or some show up not to lose.
Yeah.
And it changes the mental game, because now it gets boring or it gets lackluster, and people are like, oh man, well this guy doesn't. You don't want to initiate.
Yeah.
And he did that. He went in there and he freaking threw everything at him, man. And I was just like, damn, dude, makes it a great
that
fight.
Flying knee to the takedown was crazy. I was like, yo.
No, yeah, man. I mean, the timing, the fact that he was
the timing he had was crazy.
Bro,
yeah.
I was freaking fluid, man. I love that. But it's just, I mean, at 17, I mean, of course, he's got that Superman mentality. I'm sure Cam has that, he can go through walls and, but yeah, I mean, it helps because, I mean, shoot, at 17, I'd fall down, I'd get up. Now I fall down, I take naps, bro.
Nah,
for a few hours, let me alone.
It's like,
yeah. When I was 17, I mean, I took some shots. So, like, one time Robbie hit me with the hook that, like, turned my whole body. I don't even know how I was still standing.
I was experimenting with the counter hook. I was like, if I can turn my hip like this,
there's more power.
Can I catch him? And then like,
this is super heavyweight, bro.
And he had his little headgear on.
That shit didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I remember I hit him and the headgear just went.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
You see, that's what we need a headgear sponsor, man. Something that'll work, man. And of course,
hey, I just found this headgear spot over by Kirby. They make like wrestling headgear, rugby headgear. It's crazy. Yeah, I forgot the name, but
Tyler's gonna show up in a football helmet to spar.
I know, for real, man.
No, you see, he played football. I don't know, man. I might not end up good. Might get a flashback and freaking.
You get water boy that shit.
But man, I mean, of course, guys. I mean, the fight. I mean, it is going to be for Fury Fighting Championship Amateur Series.
Yeah.
You said there's about 5 of you guys, fighting on that card. Only one title bout, or is there 2?
It's 2. So it's gonna be Rob for the heavyweight, and then Alex for the strawweight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. 115 or 105?
She's
not 105. She's 115.
It's 115. Yeah, 115.
You see, man, and I mean, when you guys compete like that in the group, man, does that kind of like give you guys a little bit more push?
It's more fun.
It's more fun.
Too, man,
because I mean, it feels like you're going in with your army, with your clan. You're going in, and then obviously, when you're in there, you're by yourself. But we still there. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole lot. Yeah. Just the support helps out a lot too.
No, I can imagine, because you guys train hard together. So it's like showing up and going like, hey, let's just do what we did.
Just go out there. We do this every day. Just go out there and do it again. That's it.
For sure.
It was weird though. Like with my last fight, Oscar and Vontae were supposed to be on the same card.
And then things ended up happening. Everything.
Fight card.
Well, with weights and shit.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's one of the things.
They gave Oscar that welterweight
the
title,
70 title,
and then they tried to give Vontae Oscar's opponent, because Vontae's opponent didn't exist at all.
Yeah, that was.
You look him up on Tapology, and it's like Chuck Norris on his profile picture.
Oh. What was the dude's name?
I have no idea.
It was
Michael Gore.
Michael Gore. No. Frank Gore or Michael Gore?
Frank Gore's the running back.
Frank Gore's the running back. Yeah, there you go. So Michael Gore. It was Michael Gore. This dude did not exist all the way up until they got to the place for weigh-ins. He was like, "Hey, look, dude, here's medicals and everything." Nah.
Damn.
No, it did not exist.
It was a ghost. Maybe it was from the future, man. He came back and decided to go back. It was like,
he saw Vontae and was like, I'm good.
Right?
He said,
I'm better off in 2040, a couple years forward. But man, I mean, of course, and that's one of the things.
And then the other dude that had the fight, his opponent dropped out, and they tried to match them up or something.
Yeah.
And the dude didn't want to fight Vontae.
At first he did it, and then
at first he did it. He was like, "I'd rather fight Oscar than Vontae," and I was like, "That's wild."
Because Vontae was too big, even though Vontae was smaller.
Smaller, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, like that doesn't make sense.
You're like this guy. No, but you see, and it does happen even in the pro leagues, man, where a lot of fighters. I know your first opponent didn't make weight.
How though? How Sway?
Yeah,
jeez, yeah.
How do you miss 300, bro?
I know.
Are you sure? Hold on, let me take off my shoes. You're like, nah, it ain't gonna help. But man, I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, like Cam was saying earlier. I mean, you guys gotta be. I mean, you gotta step up to that. You gotta, I mean, there's something you gotta do. It's in the contract. You sign that. It's an amateur, but I mean, of course, once you go pro, you wanna have that
same mentality.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah, because even when my second opponent had missed weight. He was like, I mean, not only was he like 30 pounds heavier, but he didn't even make the fucking the limit. I was like, how do you not make the 65 limit, bro? That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm here. I'm gonna fucking fight.
I got my mouthpiece on. Let's go, man. Like, shoot. But you see, I mean, but I like that, man, and I like that. I mean, that you guys still went with it because I mean, it's something that you're gonna experience. I mean, when you travel,
right.
I mean, you guys have already traveled outside the city. You guys have already fought away from home, enemy territory. I mean, all that stuff adds up, man. So when you go pro and they're sending you to Florida or they're sending you to California, you won't be in shock and you won't be like, oh man, I got to do this or do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the fact that you guys are experiencing that now as an amateur, that's pretty cool, man. And of course, I mean, and this is next year, man. I mean, of course, you're going to be fighting soon, and I mean, the fight's coming up. I mean, are you guys thinking like maybe another year before going pro, or I mean, of course, talking to coach?
Yeah, for sure. Like, when I do win the title, I really do want to defend it. Like, I don't want to just go straight into it.
Right.
I'm only this is going to be my third fight in amateurs. This is way too early. I'm in my third year even training. And I want more experience in amateurs to go into.
No, for sure. I get some more.
33 years now?
Yeah, January's going to be my third year. It's going to be my 3 years.
That's wild. Yeah.
You see, man, but I mean, the fact... Like, it's going to be your third fight, but I mean, of course, you get that title. I mean, how would you feel about going to other promotions and getting more titles, man?
That'd be pretty cool.
Start collecting them or not, man. Get that experience.
Peak has that heavyweight Grand Prix that they be doing every now and then.
The Grand Prix that they put my name in that they didn't even talk to me about.
They didn't even talk to him.
They talked to Taco, and Taco's like, yeah, but what about my lawyer?
I know, exactly. They hit me up, and I was like, yo, I'm already cut.
I'm refreshing my messages. I'm like, are they even like... I think you or Professor was like, yeah, are you still good to fight on July? And I was like, what are you talking about?
They never said anything to me.
Yeah. You're like, who, me? You're like, what? You should have told him to put a picture of Chuck Norris on there, too.
Yeah.
Send out the paperwork and shit. There you go.
But, man, I mean, of course, man, David, man, I mean, you fought at one light heavyweight. You fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight. You're looking to fight at 185? Yeah,
next fight I'm gonna cut down 85.
You see, and of course, I mean, say everything goes well. I mean, are you gonna stick with that? Are you gonna test it out?
I want to test it out because I feel like 85 I'll still have like the same amount of movement. I'll still be like with the same strength and stuff.
Right.
But like I said, like I want to fill it out for a couple fights, and if possible 70. You know what I mean? Like try to get on to 70. That'd be wild, but that would just like when the time comes, you know.
Oh yeah, man. Especially, I mean, and a lot of fighters, back in the day, man. Even now, they used to do that. Like in the UFC, they fight at 170. When they fought for WEC or other regional promotions, they fight at 185.
Yeah.
Just because they were like, man, if I'm gonna cut that much weight, I'm gonna do it in the big show, you know. But
yeah.
But I mean, hell, man. You can do 170, man. Hell.
But like. If like I'm just trying to see like how the body feels at that point, you know what I mean?
For sure, man.
Yeah, because once it gets comfortable, I'm like, shoot, yeah. If I got a little bit extra on me, I'm like, let's go ahead, let's try to get that 70.
Man, and Cam, I mean, what are you thinking, man? Stick with 125, maybe go up to 185. What's up?
70.
I'm going up to like 300.
Damn.
300.
I'll probably stay 25. My goal is to get a title, maybe 2, and then I like to fight 35 again in the future. I just don't know. Just the fight matchup would have to be good, and but I'll definitely be down because I want to get a win at 35. Nice. Because my last 2 fights have been at 35, the ones I lost. So.
Which one did you feel more comfortable with? I mean, of course,
25. 25 is my weight. Like that's where I'm best at. For sure.
Sweet.
For sure.
But 35 is more of like a...
35, I have the same strength, though. Like, the strength's not an issue.
Yeah.
I just have to get more... Change the game plan up a little bit. But right now, I feel pretty confident.
You see, at 35, I mean, you're getting guys cutting down for 170, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, literally.
I mean,
we know this.
Yeah, you're like fighting up.
I seen.
That's where fighting, sparring with these guys helps out, man.
Yeah, it isn't nothing like. I mean, that's why I don't really complain.
I've seen some tall 35ers, bro.
I'll be sparring Taco and like rolling with tacos.
O'Malley.
Yeah, O'Malley, dude. Shit.
No, for sure, man. But I mean, the fact that you get to mix it up with these guys,
right? 6 foot.
I mean, that's good experience, man.
That's wild.
And of course, Rob, man, what are you looking at, bro? Are you still looking at heavyweight? Or are you still looking at?
He's dropping out to 85 too.
Shit.
There you go.
I want to lean out. I want to be like a
205.
For sure, I want to stay in heavyweight.
Yeah.
I know heavyweight's mine. Because 205 is freaking hybrid.
That's a fucking crazy. That's a crazy.
Let me ask you this, because I brought it up before, man. The heavyweight division is the only one that has a fucking huge weight difference, bro. I mean, from what is it, 205 to for light heavyweight?
Oh, it's 26 to 65.
Yeah, you see, I mean, how would you feel about a medium? Like if they were to do like a in between.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down for that because I wanted to cut down to 245, and I want to be at a lean 245, but I don't know, like Professor was just telling me like just like inside scoops and shit. It was like, hey, you should stick at 265, stay at 265. So that's fine. I'm gonna be 265, but I do for sure want to lean down to 245 and just I don't want to be like the fat skinny. So I want to make sure I'm lean out.
So you're skinny fat.
The Roy Nelson.
Like gazelle.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Gunnar Nelson. Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
Roy Nelson.
Yeah. You see, and I mean, of course, those guys have been training for years, man. So they can throw their weight around.
Yeah.
But I mean, why is that though? I mean, are you looking? Because obviously, I mean, from playing ball, I mean, you've been an athlete, or are you just like, hey, man, I just want to like feel good and look good?
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I feel good now. I mean, especially the last fight, I felt good.
But at 45, Rob at 45, he's quick and he's still strong as shit. So I'm just like, that would be
actually
crazy.
A good weight class to keep it. Because I mean, like you said, you want to have that extra weight to kind of hold you back, So
yeah,
nice. And man, gentlemen, I mean, of course, man. I mean, we are here in San Antonio, Texas. How's the jiu-jitsu? I mean, you guys made the long walk over here, so I appreciate that. And of course, Cam, thank you for showing up late. What were you doing, man? What was going on?
I was doing homework last night, and I woke up at like 10:40, and I was like,
And you have class today, right?
Yeah, well, not after. Yeah, kind of, sort of. I have to meet up with the group to practice for class.
Nice, man. And I mean, where do you go? College? I mean,
Lakeview. Yeah, I go to community right now. It's my last semester, and then I'm going to UTSA.
Nice. And as far as education, man, I mean that's one of the things I always tell people, man. I mean, especially if you're already doing it, stick with it because plan A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, after you pursue the fight game,
what is college?
And stick with it, man. I mean,
not for sure. I mean, eventually I want to have my own company, of course.
Yeah.
Probably after I'm fighting, and I get some money. I'll just be dope just to have something. My goal is to do like freelance engineering, so I'm only working hard when I want to. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Cause and also I'll make some bank off this fighting.
Oh yeah, bro.
I want to work too hard, but I don't want to.
No, I mean, especially there's a lot. It's like I tell people, man. There's a lot of money out there, man. I mean, of course, not everybody sponsors, but I mean, you find that right company that wants to throw some money on you, man. Why not, dude? So. I mean, hopefully, everything works well, man. I mean, of course, sticking with the fight game. I mean, pursuing it, and who knows, man? Maybe we'll see a camp fighting championship promotion in a few years, man. And after you're retired, be like, all right,
it's gonna be called Mighty Mites Championship.
Tater tots.
I like that. Exploiting little kids.
You're only 125ers. That's it, man. No other weight class. Just. Keep a lower weight class championship, man.
And I'll put Rob in there, but he won't have to weigh in.
It's gonna be Rob against 3 or 5 125ers.
We'll send you to Russia, bro.
We'll send you to Russia, bro. Yeah.
You can fight Batman and Robin. Man. You see, man, that's crazy, dude. I mean, of course, Russia, we talked about it earlier, man. And before we finish, bro, let me ask you, I mean, we talked about all these wacky promotions in Russia, where car fighting, they're fighting freaking phone booths. I mean, is there something out there that you would want to try? Just to say you tried it?
Shit, I mean, I would definitely do a 2-on-2. With,
yeah,
like if I take like Louis or Taco or like Levante, we anybody in the world would die.
Dude, you see, and I know they have that where they do the maze
and Robbie too, of course.
Man, but
well, Robbie, I just get on his shoulders if he wanted to,
or he can just
Tour from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
move forehands.
I'll just throw him.
I was gonna say, or just grab him by the hand and swing him. Like teamwork. But gentlemen, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Of course, man.
Of course.
Everybody out here, man. This is Spider DeFi Card Podcast. Till next time, follow up.
Peace.
Peace.